Okay, this series has officially become an abridged series. It's the only way you can justify liking it. Welcome, my friends, to Future Card Buddyfight, episode 18.
Yep.
What can I say? It's Genma yelling.
And being the main character better than Gao.
Yeah, freaking ham sandwich would be a better main character than Gao, but that's besides the point.
I'd watch a show about a ham sandwich playing card games.
I bet you would.
Tell me you wouldn't.
I guess we'll just start with what is up with the episode. On our accommodated situation here, we are kind of tired from helping someone move, so...
We were covered in dust, so we just got out of the shower.
Dust and bugs. Anyway, to start with the episode proper, we get a recap of what happened before, and then Genma and Gao and Lasagna have a little talk before things happen.
The fight starts between Genma and the president, and Parako says that through some mysterious power...
Yep, mysterious powers known as threatening him.
Genma has a fight with the president.
Mm-hmm. Because, you know, this threatening is the equivalent of some unknown force.
Yeah, so, Tetsuya, stop snarking so much. You're becoming too likable. They're gonna get rid of you like Noboru.
While they're doing this, Tetsuya and Asmaya only show up to comment with these little snarky quips. Like, they're just, like, commenting on the band this time around.
Yeah.
And you guys remember last time when he went Hispanic for a few minutes.
Yo mama!
Your mama's... Oh, legit. Holmes. Anyway. So the fight starts after, wasn't the president's name? Shido. Whatever, president. Yeah. I know his name, I just don't really care remember it. Starts bragging about using Ancient World and how it's really hard deck to master, and then Genma says he also played Ancient World, and it's like, dude, way to steal my thunder.
Yeah, and also he's like, I only use this deck when I'm serious.
Yep, so he clearly didn't want to win this tournament enough.
This guy.
Of course, the real reason is because Ancient World has a strict disadvantage against Dragon Knights.
Also,
Yeah.
It makes kind of sense, since this is coming from the guy who said, if I beat Genma at this card game, people will be so impressed, I can get away with anything I want.
You can't tell me that's not in the Bridge Series line. I'm really good at card games. People will let me get away with anything.
Screw the rules, I have money.
Okay, you just lost that one. Anyway.
Oh.
What happens next? Oh yeah, they start playing.
Yep.
Well, sort of. President brings out his monster and attacks. Let me tell you something about this dragon. It's basically an Armor Knight Griffin with 1,000 more defense and lifelink. And I bring that up because something will happen later. But anyway, after that...
Genma roars to the heavens.
No, Genma lifts his arm up because you see he wears his core gadget backwards or something. So he has to lift his arm up to grab it and then throw them around. And then after he charges and draws, he just goes, Rah!
That extreme close-up.
Like, the best extreme close-up. You don't even know.
And, like, after his roar, that face, something is horribly wrong with his nose.
His nose is like a witch's nose.
Yeah, so he screams, then it cuts to the cheater box where there's a bunch of Seifukai in there, and they're like, he summoned 2 monsters!
Yeah, he basically, long story short, they just have him summon the monsters off screen. And I don't mean off screen like something else is happening off screen. I mean they just exposit that he did it instead of actually showing him do it.
Like, they were not even lazy enough to just have him say it with a lip sync. They were too lazy to animate even the guy saying it lip syncing. It was just a still shot of the cheater box. This episode has some of the worst animation ever.
It is a pretty bad animation. On some parts, anyway.
Yeah.
At least Genma, it all went to Genma.
Yeah. Genma, and then also the stupid dragon that shows up later. Both of them.
And Judo dancing with his pants on fire.
Yeah, because adorable cat of death and magma dragon come and wreck his shit.
Yeah, turns out the cat doesn't have a crit.
Yeah, it doesn't. We found that out later.
Yeah, it doesn't have a crit, but it does something about, what, giving you extra gauge?
Yeah, you can discard it and get 2 gauge if you have a size 3 on the field.
And on top of that, the magma dragon, you can discard from your hand to do damage to your opponent.
Yep. 1.
So it seems that these guys are going to be very based in discard to do stuff. Which I guess is cool. I still don't like the world as a whole because the dragons used for fighting still are not that great.
Yeah. Also, Baku. Shut up.
Baku said must be lifelink like it could be anything else.
How did the cat do direct damage to him even though it killed a monster?
I think it was that lifelink. I'm pretty sure it was. And Ancient World doesn't have anything else. What the hell do you think it is?
Also, they need to shut up, like, Ancient World, like, oh, they have to have lifelink because they're so powerful.
They're not even, and this is where it goes back to the thing I said before.
1 more defense than Griffin.
And it has lifelink 1. That cat doesn't even do anything on the field.
It was like 405?
405, yeah. Like, dude, whatever. And discarding it does not activate the lifelink, so it's not like you even, as far as I know anyway, it doesn't, so you don't even lose life from it.
Yeah, like in this episode we realized every monster in Ancient World has lifelink, and that is god-awful.
Every single one, including the cat, who doesn't even do anything on the field, because it's not supposed to.
Yeah, it's like...
It punishes you for playing it on the field.
This deck just... Ancient World punishes you for anything. Draw 2 cards, you're punished. Get 4 gauge, you're punished.
To be fair, it's one of the better draw cards in the game because you take 2 life to draw 2 cards whenever. Don't have to wait until you're almost dead to use it.
Yeah. So yeah, President starts bragging about how good he is at this game, even though he's lost
so
his
hard
shitty
being so talented. Oh.
So Genma just bitch slaps his frame out of the scene. That is probably one of the better things. What else? President then summons a dimensional demonic dragon, Landis the Tyrant.
Landis.
And it has double attack. It also has the skill that if you discard a
wild dragon,
you can and pay 2 life.
And pay 2 life too.
It won't be destroyed.
It won't be destroyed. It was like what, 7-2 something.
I think so. I'm gonna look it up.
Doesn't even matter what it is. It's not that great. 'Cause you gotta pay life and discard a card to do it. He's not even that much. I don't even, no. Not with lifelink. No.
Yeah, no. That's just Ancient World in general. No.
It's not even worth.
Wow. When you look up Ancient World on the Buddyfight wiki, it's like the 5th thing to show up. Hero World appears before it.
Ha! Anyway, so Genma keeps on yelling at him how he's a crappy president and how he only thinks about getting on top, and that's why he will end up failing. And gives a spiel about how something sun, something dark side, something M. Read it.
It is a 7/3/6.
Nope, don't care. I already gave up. You just told me all I needed to know.
Oh, he does have something though. If you pay 2 gauge instead of 2 life, you can nullify any spell your opponent casts.
Well, that's a little bit. Still wouldn't do it because 6 is so easy to get over nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, that's so easy to stop. And what does his lifelink cost?
His lifelink is... Dude, where is your lifelink?
I'm pretty sure he has one. And if he doesn't, then congratulations.
2.
Well, at least it wasn't painful.
Yeah, they didn't translate his lifelink, but I see a 2.
Alright, so at least it isn't painful. I was really so upset if he were like 5.
So far, he's the best dragon I've seen.
He is probably the best just because he doesn't kill you dead if he dies.
Yeah.
Not like freaking Duel Seeker.
Yeah, and he does 6 damage since he is a double attacker.
Yeah, he is probably the best one of them, but it's still, like, if you were in any other world, I would never use that card.
Yeah.
I would not want to give up that much life to keep him around when everything I have can run over him.
Yeah, especially since he costs 3 gauge.
Nope. Anyway, something chant about how good leaders are like the sun or something. What was it again?
They shine brightly as the sun and protect people.
Right. And Gal realizes this sounds familiar. And he's like, oh, I know what it sounds like.
It's what the mighty sun fighter says.
That's what I say. Are you supposed to be this mighty sun fighter?
He's never once mentioned anything like this, by the way. Always is like, oh, you have to protect the innocent, not, oh, you must be a good leader.
He only says that same spiel he says every time he flips his coat. And it's like, if you really believe this stuff, if you really think you're a sun fighter, why don't you ever say this stuff? Whatever. Let's go back to Genma, because he actually is an interesting character, unlike Gao.
Whoop, there it is!
And her too. Oh my goodness. But yeah, sums out Dual Seeker, yells again. And it's just, oh my god, he looks so silly without the texture.
Yeah, they didn't texture Dual Seeker, right? They only, like, textured his wings, and his body, his giant, massive red body, is just like a Blinn texture in Maya that's been turned red.
How much would I bet that the reason she sounds so weird when saying whoop, there it is, because even Barugo's actress could not get herself to say it with a straight face.
Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it was like, they had to do like 20 takes, and that was the best one they got.
Probably, because I don't know if you know this, you can't say whoop, there it is anymore without some hint of irony. Even I couldn't say it just now without giggling at the end.
Whoop, there it is! Yeah, I had to hold that in so hard.
You look so stiff. But yeah, so I want to believe that. This is the thing about this. This show is filled with so much 90s references, I would almost swear I was watching Duel Masters.
I'm pretty sure one of the dudes who wrote Duel Masters is one of the writers on this, or...
Is he?
I think so.
Oh my god.
I know that recently they employed one of the guys who worked on Duel Masters the game to work on Vanguard, which might explain all our power creep.
Well, I guess that would do it. Don't know if you know this, Duel Masters invented power creep the way we know it today. Looking at you, Bombazar.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's been working on the team, but yeah.
Either way, point is, such 90s jokes, and either they were doing this on purpose, just to make us giggle at how just cheesy and dated the 90s are, because they are very cheesy for those of you who didn't live in it, or at least go through most of it like I did. Otherwise, they think kids are stupid and won't know what these references are from, and will think they're from the show. Like, what the what?
That and, how many gigawatts was that, Great Scott?
Great Scott! How many gigawatts was that? It's not how you say gigawatts. That means they were intentionally...
Referencing Back to the Future.
Yep, they were doing that on purpose, because it's not actually called gigawatts, they're called gigawatts. So... yeah, they're referencing this stuff on purpose. What their aim is, I don't know. I just want to believe that they're doing it just to be super tongue-in-cheek, because it's the only way I can enjoy this. Between Genma's ham and Paruko's cheese and Tetsuya and Asmodai just in the corner saying things, that's the only stuff getting me through this. Especially after finding out that apparently the head judge, JD, at the Buddyfight tournament in Canada...
didn't know the rules!
Apparently doesn't know the rules, because he apparently ruled against the guy using his Drago energy... to counter a Drago energy, or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was basically he attacked, dude used Dragon energy, he tried to counter, and the judge went no. So they're changing the rules.
Yeah, the rules are being changed, by the way. Some of you probably knew that already, but whatever. Thought I'd bring it up.
This is probably the best place to bring it up.
Oh my god, Buddyfight, please. I may even have to make another one of those, because they're almost intentionally shooting this game in the foot.
They have shot one foot with the name, the other foot with the show, and now they're just putting the gun in their mouth.
Putting the gun in their mouth by not even being able to be consistent with their rules, because it's only been out for like not even 5 months yet, and they already have and they're already end of January.
Yeah.
And they're already having a rule change. Like, dudes, could you guys not have kept it in place for at least a year?
It started off so good.
This, like I said, this is looking exactly like Duel Masters did back in 2004.
So Duel Seeker can't be summoned at any time.
Well, he can. It's just he can because apparently Duel Seeker's picky or something.
Yeah, he's a Dragon Lord. I can't just call him willy-nilly.
Whatever that means.
He comes at his own time. He will tell me when he's ready. Just watch. Duel Seeker was taking a shit. That's why he couldn't show up.
I don't even know how he does. He doesn't even look like he has a crotch.
So yeah, he uses the burn damage card.
Alright, let's just cut this one to the chase. Long story short, President loses because he's bad at this game.
Yeah. And
because we got another half a fight to talk about. And it's not even interesting what we're seeing. The only thing that was even interesting is seeing, for some reason, Suzuha just got her own chair in the freaking place and just sitting there with her Ram Butler expositing everything that's happening when the cheater box isn't expositing what he did that we didn't get to see because Genma isn't, doing it even though he is.
Doesn't make any sense. That, and we found out Doi must be like Gamagori.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. This is the thing I just realized. I don't know why it took me even this long, but it's something that I realized. Why did Doi has a beard?
Yeah, he has a full beard.
Like a really thick beard, and
full neck beard.
And Genma has big mutton chops, and it's like the Saber Guard is supposed to be like from the junior high branch of this academy, since we clearly saw that the principals of the junior high and the elementary school are representing their schools. So they're trying to imply to us that these guys are around 14 or 15.
No!
Like, I can't even grow mutton chops that big.
And you can't see it, but he has delicious mutton chops.
Anyway, so, yeah, long story short, that fight is done. And then he just kind of disappears. I don't even know where he goes. He just dies, I guess. I don't freaking know. And
we get many shots of... They love using the shot of Genma screaming and pumping his chest.
Oh my god, that's why... That was then. I was like, you know what? This is an abridged series. There is no way they could do this straight face and not think that this was not going anywhere. Now, imagine this, but his pecs moving next to each other, back and forth, while his arms pump and his coat flows. Like, he has gone full JoJo.
We're watching JoJo's Bizarre Abridged Adventure, in which JoJo goes to play card games.
JoJo goes to play freaking Buddyfight.
He must kill the vampires with card games.
Because that's what you do, you know?
Even Speedwagon doesn't believe this bullshit.
Well, there you go. So, long story short, Zanya says to his brother, because his brother's like, whoa, that guy's tough. Like, don't worry, I got a plan. And then we cut halfway, not even halfway, like to the last couple turns of the fight.
Yeah.
Where he has Goemon,
with his pipe.
one of the bestest ninjas ever, apparently, show up, and he comes in, and when he does damage, apparently he destroys one of the opponent's gauge. And
he has two crit. Pretty great.
I'm impressed. Like, I don't even need to know what his stats are. The only thing I have to hope now is that he's a size 1. And then I will abuse it. Anyway. But I don't know. We probably know what he does, too. I don't really care to look. I just know that he's good.
Yeah,
So don't say crap on the comments or I'll find you.
Like, even this fight is kind of pointless. We've already talked about a lot of the shit that happens in it, like the gigawatts, the 2 gauge for 2 life for 4 gauge, because that was his plan. I'll just make it so we can't get the 3 gauge, so we can't bring him out.
Oh, turns out Andrew has a way to do that. 2 ways, in fact.
Yeah.
So he does it, he brings it out, and he does all the reused animation we saw before. Then Lasagna's like, that's fine. I'm going to attack with my dudes and play my impact card.
Without enough gauge to use it!
Like, I don't know what his plan was. It was to psych him out? I don't even know. But it's on the field. It can die now, and he doesn't have a way to defend it if it gets targeted.
So Genma's just like, impact.
Yep, so he just fires off his impact. But it's fine because Lasagna has Azura and his sword. So he uses Azura to blow up one of his gauge. Another one of his gauge, I guess. Yeah. And then they attack him to kill him off. And then his life goes down. And they're like, oh man, I did it. He did it. Oh my god, this is so incredible. And then wait, it starts at 0 and it glows. And then...
With Genma's hyper-realistic mouth.
Like, you don't even know. I am almost terrified
of this mouth.
By this freaking
you
mouth.
Just get a
you know what? I'm going to show you guys it.
He just goes up so close and just goes... Look at these teeth.
Look at the shading on that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like, I don't even know how many teeth it is, but it looks like there's way more than there should be.
Yeah, it's just... And, like, that whole shot, like, that's where your budget went. That's where the budget of this episode...
Imagine his mouth opening and closing for no reason.
The budget to put texture on Duel Seeker's body so he doesn't look like someone only...
Like someone
play blasted him.
Like someone went back to 2002 and got some CG thing from whatever and just threw it in here.
It looks like I made that. Because I'm not a 3D major.
But anyways, long story short, Spartan the Glory Maelstrom, but not, shows up and it's like,
the
well...
bloody Maelstrom.
And it's like, well, this is not good. And Kevin keeps saying, well, you still suck at this game. You got better, but you still suck. And then that's when the episode ends.
We get the preview of Sparta going, Ooga booga booga. I'm gonna get you. I'm a spooky dragon.
It's very silly, very silly in those previews. He does not look intimidating at all. He just looks like he's going to harm you.
I'll harm you.
It's just silly. And then found good from Yoda or something like that. His name of the card, it's Yota, because I remember some people think it's Yoda for some reason. And, well, it means that he's probably using he has a Dragon World card, which is what was probably obvious. I was just hoping they would be more clever and not have it be important right now.
Just watch the Penetrate card.
Who freaking knows? I don't even care anymore. Opinion of the episode. Yeah, you didn't like it?
No, like, especially with the preview at the end where it's like, oh, everyone's crying because it's so touching. No, this is an abridged series. There's no way to take this seriously anymore. I'm getting very fed up with Bushiroad's shit right now with Buddyfight. You had such a good chance to make this a good card game, and you just keep ruining it, and this is the thing that's digging its grave.
Because I don't know if you guys know about this or not. Mechanically speaking, this game is a way better design than Vanguard is, because it doesn't have things like grade locking or triggers sacking being viable options.
It's not as luck-based. Like, all card games have a little bit of luck, but this one, you can control it more.
It's a lot more controlled than Vanguard's. Vanguard's is literally 70%.
It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Light, which was great, because then you don't have to deal with all of Yu-Gi-Oh's bullshit.
Yeah, but apparently people who don't know how to deal with not a bunch of steps, because taking out a bunch of steps apparently made people not know how to freaking use counters. And by people, I mean the head judge.
Come on!
If we're talking about a straight up episode, this one was terrible. If you're talking about an episode just for giggles and just being a straight up abridged series where you can't take it seriously,
this was great.
It was okay. It was pretty okay. It was only good because Genma is hamming it up so much. And Paruko keeps on slinging out the references.
This should just be Genma, Paruko, and Tetsuya all party together. We forget everyone else. They go on their own adventure.
Dude, I'd watch that.
I would too. It'd be the best thing
So
ever.
I guess that's about it for this episode of Buddyfight. We will get to Vanguard soon. It might be Elliot's last one for a long while to do.
Yeah.
So, make sure to watch that. And, I guess keep trying to buddy fight, even though I'm starting to lose confidence that it'll last the year.
Don't lose your way, Buddyfight.
Because this is really just starting to look like Duel Masters to me. Like, I don't even know if you guys remember how that went down, because that was about 10 years ago, actually.
Yeah, I was like, didn't that come out in like 2004?
3 or 4. It was like 10 years ago, and that game was so mishandled near the end because they just kept ramping up the stupid, and no one was keeping track of it or monitoring it, and it just killed itself because no one wanted to play it.
Just watch. Buddyfight's gonna die, and then it's gonna come back called Bushido or something.
And I'd be fine just coming back as future card.
Yeah.
Well, until next time, everybody.
See ya.